Paul.
All right, Owen in Virginia, you're on the BetUS caller line. Thank you for your call.
Hey, thank y'all. I was just wondering, with the transfer portal, do you think, it's kind of ridiculous to me that the grown-ups, meaning the NFL, have more rules than college players do. So should there be a not free agency time, a window for the transfer portal where, hey, if you transfer during this window, there are no penalties. But if you transfer outside the window, then you have to sit out a year. Maybe do something from like the beginning of bowl season to the late signing day in February. What do y'all's take on where the window should be?
I wish there was. I think though Craig's point about everything is it's too late now. You've just opened it up. So to try to like go back is going to be really difficult. Not to say that they couldn't do it and that there's not practical application to do something like that. I just think that it's going to be really hard to do it. I think there should be something to stem some of the tide. I just don't know what that can be anymore, considering they had those rules in place and they're over now.
Well, I don't know the legalities, and so somebody far smarter with a far better, background in education can inform us. But I would think that you can put in some type of enforcement. I mean, the NCAA still has some power to pass rules, and I think that it would be within the right of the NCAA to have a window of some sort. Now, again, legally, I don't know if that's like something that's off limits or not, but if it's not, then they absolutely need to impose a window of some sort. And we talked to Todd Berry of the ASCA. He discussed that, so I feel like it's on the table. But I definitely think a window would help matters rather than you just randomly wake up in the middle of July and your starting quarterback's announcing he's suddenly going to Tennessee, and you're like, what? And just the fact that it just happens randomly all the time at random dates and events during the season, outside of the season, during spring ball. I think there's got to be some type, just like with recruiting. Recruiting has a window, various windows for a reason.
I was about to bring that up. There's an early signing day, and then there's one in February, and then that's it.
And it's not a hindrance to the player. I mean, the players are getting everything right now. Everything they want, they're getting basically, and that's fine. It's long overdue in some cases, but there also does need to be a balance. It doesn't need to become a players' league, like the NBA or something. There does need to be some security for coaching staffs and programs so that they're not left high and dry because anybody can jump in whenever they want to. I would be all in favor of a window if it's legally possible, and hopefully they're close to getting to work on that because it's overdue now at this point.
Jason Osborne, who's been back and forth on this with others, some have disagreed with him and some have agreed. I didn't say eliminate NIL ultimately. I think it's a good thing. Allowing it to go unregulated is hurting the sport. NIL being abused, the NCAA can adjust to it. Here's a note. I know that the NCAA seems to be powerless unless they just want to every once in a while flex their muscles and remember that, hey, by the way, we're here. They've made some obviously terrible decisions by not making decisions. But everyone is still a part of the NCAA as far as I know now, even with the threat that maybe they'll go off on their own and those 35 or so schools that think they're better than everybody, and maybe they are. But they're still a part of the NCAA, so they can still adjust. The cat's out, you let it out. I mean, the genie's out of the bottle, but can't you still adjust and go, all right, we've let this thing go. We were wrong because we never did anything about it, but now it's out of control. These are the rules, and sorry.
Yeah, well, the problem is they're trying to get Congress to do that for them. And Congress.
Well, no, stop worrying about letting Congress. They got other things they need to be worried about. Stop letting them worry about something that really shouldn't even be on their plate. Let them make the decisions. Their board is former or current ADs, presidents, whatever else, right?
Yeah, they were just herding cats all this time, and now they just said, okay, that's what we can do. You got to try to rein it in somehow. The unregulated anything is bad, unless I be called a liberal or a cuck or something on the.
Who?
That's what they say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, whatever I say, unregulated anything's bad. Liberal, conservative, whatever. Unregulated anything's bad. It's bad. Because eventually you'll have people dumping poison in the water, or you'll just have no rules to anything. We don't have police in this town because, that. So either way, it's bad. You got to, rules are good. Rules are there for something. Too many rules are bad. No rules are also bad.
Rod Webb, Bear Force. Coaches lead teams. I've heard this one. Coaches lead teams high and dry. We've all heard this one. Why should the players have to be different, guys? I understand that argument. You're right. But also, the coaches are paid employees. They are professional, paid. That's their career. Now, playing college football is part of, I guess you could say, it's a career. I'm not trying to say that the players shouldn't get what a lot of them are getting right now. I'm not against that. You get whatever your value is, street value. If a player and a free agent gets $10 million a year and people want it, that's not his fault. But I see the comparison of coaches being able to leave anytime they want, and players should be able to as well.
I don't know. I just have a weird time.
There's something about that still doesn't quite fit with me.
I have a weird time with an 18-year-old being as powerful as Nick Saban when it comes to the choices they can make.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Nick Saban's probably, earned the right to, or other head coaches have earned the right. I mean, I know there's immediately a point somebody will probably say in the chat room like, yeah, but I mean, I get it. There's no perfect way, guys, and gals. Like, let's just there's no perfect here, and there won't be. There's not going to be a perfect solution. I don't know why some people are so hesitant, although I think that's the minority now, to reward players when they rightfully deserve it. I also don't know why there's so many like chaos agents out there who just want to see the world burn with everything that ever happens, And so there's people that are like, NIL is the greatest thing ever, and they want it to become like the NFL, and they want free agency back and forth, and they want like 17-year-old kids to be able to, on a whim, just switch schools overnight, and that's fine. Like, I guess this is where you sit. I don't like it. I don't think they should be powerless, but at the same time, I don't think it should just be, no holds barred, can do whatever on a whim whenever. However, I mean, I don't know. I just think there should be some security in place. But yes, that's a point that's been brought up ad nauseum, is the coaches can do it, so why can't the players? I guess because they're the coaches and they're not the players is the only real reason for right now. But I don't know. I don't really get behind the let's just watch this thing burn and get totally wacky and wonky. I mean, no, it's already at that point, really. But yeah, I guess that's just your particular taste. It's not mine.
All right, from Bear Force again, from